Hi everyone, it's Christine from Muse Chronicles, your lovable, huggable muse, and I'm just pretty much going over the previous topic I had on my live feed. I just noticed right now that the live feeds on Facebook are getting a little bit fuzzy and they're not really looking too good. I'm getting a lot of static, and it could very well be because a lot of people are jumping on Facebook right now, and I'm happy to see that people are sharing their stories, but the feed isn't looking so great. So I do have to kind of redo the videos back here on YouTube. So hopefully you guys are following me on this channel as well. And right now I am kind of going over the topic of, well, the title's Through the Looking Glass. So the topic of mirrors and mirroring. And right now pretty much I am seeing that everywhere around me, everybody's sort of mirroring each other. It's just nature. We as human beings like to mimic and just copy what our loved ones, our friends are doing. Just generally, I mean, that's just a natural part of life. That's actually how we learn how to do things, and how we grow is by, okay, how do you do this? And they show you and you just copy them. So that's not always such a bad thing. It can only be problematic when it starts to become just something we do subconsciously without really knowing or thinking about it, and without a purpose. So, and that's what I'm kind of seeing right now through this looking glass, is everyone kind of mirroring each other, our everything from our feelings, our actions, the things we say. We're just kind of reflecting to other people all these different experiences we're having. And in psychology, if you don't necessarily believe in the spiritual awakening type of ideologies, in psychology they do talk about mirroring, and whenever you either react or see something in front of you and you're recognizing it, depending on how you're responding to it, that response is pretty much just a mirror of something that's inside yourself. It's not always a bad thing. I mean, I used to really hate that term because I'm like, oh no, if I look at someone and I don't necessarily, if there's something in them that I just find either like, oh my God, a little cringeworthy, or just something I'm not, something I just rather not look at, or it just gives me these weird emotions. I always hated to think that it has something to do with me. But now I always look at these things as kind of a learning lesson, and I kind of get excited about those feelings sometimes. And a little later on in some maybe our future talks, we'll talk a little bit more about those types of mirrorings and the different kinds. But right now I'm just kind of going over just pretty much what I'm seeing in our current state, how everyone seems to be just kind of doing that. And one of the things I have to say, especially when it comes to some of the judgments and assumptions we might have in others, and some of the responses I'm seeing, I mean, I'm starting to see, not a lot, it's getting a lot better, but there were some previous fear responses, some panic, just some dis-ease with things going on. And some people are actually really calm right now too, so I can't say that's everybody, but I know that I do get this sense sometimes that there is that. And I do also notice myself making judgments on these people, and I notice other people doing the same, where they'll look at someone and just kind of judge why they're doing something or reacting a certain way. And just to tell you right off the bat, everyone's perceptions is different. I mean, we are all different people. We're all so individual down to the microscopic level. We were just meant that way, and sometimes it can be problematic, but just generally, it is a beautiful thing. We're pretty much millions and millions of colors in one big canvas that makes humanity. So, I just feel like we as people just need to be a little bit more sensitive to some of the ways some people might be reacting right now. Sometimes I think we get angry with them for overreacting to a situation, or we get irritated. And, those are genuine fears that these people are having. And vice versa. Sometimes some of the people that are more calm or joking about the matter are getting, some backlash because, well, why are they laughing about this? This is serious, or why are they, you know, just just acting like it's nothing and they're so calm. How can you be calm? Well, like I said, we all different people, and we're all, depending on where we come from, what our situation is, what our backgrounds are, how we were raised, we're all going to react in different ways. And I believe we just start needing to be more sensitive to that. I mean, that's just one of the things I'm just noticing, and maybe we should all take notice, is if you are reacting to someone in a certain way, I always like to ask myself, what is the you, God, the universe, trying to teach me in this person? I mean, why do I have these feelings toward that particular person? What's in them that I can possibly learn from? Um, and I know that might not be such a very easy concept for a lot of people. In fact, sometimes it's a very uncomfortable one. I know for me, it took me a long time, and there's still a lot of work in progress for certain things and certain situations and people where I still struggle in certain areas like that. But just generally, um, for just my teachers and some of the spiritual leaders that I follow, that is just something I've learned, that, your response to people is something that you can use to heal yourself and maybe even heal them. I mean, it really just depends on the situation. I mean, obviously, if someone's being abusive to you or harmful to you, there's no reason to really have to interact with them if it's hurting you. But it doesn't hurt to necessarily think about, how you're feeling about that certain person or situation, and maybe even go further to maybe try to understand, okay, what's in that person or situation that somehow is related to me, and how can I heal that part of me? And once you get that part of yourself healed, it's an amazing thing. And we'll definitely get more into this in my future feeds if you're interested. Right now, I just kind of still in my little wonderland mode, where I'm just trying to get us through the topsy-turvy, guys. I'm just like trying to find the right doors to walk through to just get us out of this. So, I hope this is being some help to somebody. So just generally, one of the other things I am noticing is, I was talking to someone the other day about the shadow work, and how we're starting to see a lot of people's shadows and all of this. I mean, all I'm imagining with what's going on with our current situation with this pandemic is it's like this big light bulb that's being shined down on us. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can't really escape this situation. You're being affected by it one way or another. You're either that, or you're seeing it, people's responses to it. So in effect, your perception is how you're getting affected by it. And I noticed that these shadows are coming out in people's fears and their feelings about other people and there's themselves, and just in general, just the way, because our normal day-to-day is so different. All of a sudden things are coming up, and sometimes we might not necessarily know how to respond with that, and there's that question of, okay, what are we going to do with this, and the second question next to that is, if you're not in the response mode and you're just the person that's perceiving it and seeing it around you, there's that question of, well, why am I seeing this? I mean, if I create my own reality, why am I experiencing this other person's reality the way in which I'm seeing it? So, or not even just the other person. I mean, I'm saying society as a whole. So those are all really good questions I think we need to kind of ask ourselves. I mean, I posted a video with Mass Khan earlier, and it was a really good one about how we just respond to situations like this. He's such a very amazing person to watch, so human, and I really enjoy his videos. He's one of my spiritual teachers, and I definitely, if you have a chance to watch the video, please do. Another thing I'm just sort of getting just a little bit of feedback on is, like, when pertaining to mirrors, is the smoking mirrors. I'll keep this part short because, I don't like to believe in conspiracies and whatnot, or think that anyone's generally bad. I believe deep in my heart that people are innately good. But, right now I do see illusions, just just situations being a little overinflated, just trying people maybe with agendas a little bit more, you know, not that they're trying to deceive you, but that they have agendas that they want people to see. So they're just kind of using this opportunity to maybe lead people towards what they want. And like I said, I make no judgments, not that good or bad. I do just suggest people, make sure they always look into the facts, and maybe just try to, rather than accepting everything, just try to maybe question, well, why do we really have to do things this way or that way, or, if this is even a good idea. Let's, ask those kind of questions as well. Because, this world, and this 3D world, is a world of illusions to begin with anyway, when you think about it. I mean, we're able to create in it, yes. But I can tell you, when you are more awake and you see things at face value, that's a really more interesting place to be. And that's, you can get there in so many ways, through meditation, through just, dying to self and waking up finally, and, just going through the journey. Everyone will go through this at some point in their lives. And if you need help with that, there's so many spiritual teachers out there that can help you. Because one thing I do absolutely believe is that, aside from the Creator, He created us to also be His co-creators in life. We are given that power to be able to manifest just as they did. And sometimes people try to strip us of that thinking, trying to make us believe that that's not true, when that is the reality. Even in all different types of texts, whether it be biblical or Vedic, it does not matter. Even Buddhism, we pretty much are told the same thing, that we create our own realities. So if you're looking around and seeing something that doesn't necessarily match what you think you want in life, maybe it's a good time to question and go deeper, and just kind of figure out, well, why am I seeing this the way I am? And, for those people that are afraid of the shadow work, or, seriously are just afraid of truly seeing that part of them, just realize, no matter how dark it might seem sometimes inside or outside, the dark really can't survive in the light. So as long as, if you ever find yourself in a scary place, just shine light on that. Shine light on that scary place, and I can promise you, the light will basically make those shadows go away. There might be a few here and there. Maybe it makes it easier to deal with, but that's always how I get through things in life when I get a little bit frightened or scared, is I just, call back in the light, the spirit. And one of the things, I really don't try to push any kind of different, any type of religion on anyone, just because, I really want to be all inclusive here when it comes to, what I relay to you in my messages. One of my most favorite teachings, especially in the Vedic religion, was when people say namaste to you, and a lot of people think it's just a greeting, but what you're really saying is the divinity in me is seeing the divinity in you, and there's that exchange. So, when we're mirroring each other, let's try to exchange that, something beautiful and something amazing and something wonderful, because like I'm telling you, we are all our co-creators with our Creator here on this earth. So let's look at our surroundings and see how we can make it better and more beautiful, and just a better place for all of us. I challenge all of you to that this week. So please follow me if you have you got anything good out of this. I definitely do this out of love for all of you. I hope you continue following me. I definitely have a lot more interesting and exciting material coming up soon. So I hope you follow me for that. And other than that, you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for following me.